I'm literally crying at school because HOPESCOPE, he was the one that placed the order. This is me, about to launch the business which I just spent the last year of my life working on as a 14-year-old entrepreneur. And I recorded the process for you guys. Oh, and also, as crazy as it sounds, HOPESCOPE, the HOPESCOPE ordered from me. What? Let's get straight into today's video. I'm not even kidding, I'm low-key about to buy one of these machines. One of my goals is to start my business this year. This was my calling. Everything says Sienna on it. So you want to start a business. But first, you've got to find your passion and make sure this is something you want to upkeep. Clearly, I didn't really know where I wanted my business to go just yet. So it was time for step 2. Finding what I actually want to sell, or my niche. What is a good product and how do you know if yours are any good? First, you should make sure your product has multiple uses. If people can only use it in one incredibly specific way, will it really apply to that large of a market? How much does it cost to produce or buy this product? Will you really be turning a profit? I keep all my ideas in this book. I've been using it since the very first day I planned on starting a business, and it has accumulated thousands of ideas. This is also where I plan my future shop launches. It's time to move into designing, and my app of choice is Adobe Fresco. It's so easy to use and learn. It's completely free of charge, has thousands of brushes which you can use, and is part of the Adobe family, meaning it's compatible with Photoshop. I do all of this on my mom's first gen iPad without an Apple Pencil because I'm a brokey, so I just use my finger. When designing, I always start by finding a theme because you gotta know which direction you're headed. Then moving into a color scheme because it's always fun to be a little bright. Next, I move into a rough sketch and finish it all off with a final outline. Fun fact, if you couldn't already tell, this was my first time doing digital art. My plan was to create a set of 3 art prints which were inspired by Polaroid, would go great as a set, and feature different landscapes. In an age where it's so easy to just whip out your phone and take a photo of anything, I wanted to capture the essence as if someone had went out with a Polaroid camera and just taken photos. I added some text to the bottom of each, and it was literally the songs that were stuck in my head while I was drawing each design. It then came time to actually make the products, and to do so, we were gonna need some machinery. No one warned you about how heavy these actually are. What happened here? Suddenly I appreciate the weight of the printer. To do this, I'm using the Canon Pixma and a pack of 50 110-pound stock paper, which was about $6. I would not recommend using this printer, however, because as you'll see, it drove me a little insane. The first time I put the paper through, absolutely nothing printed out onto it, so I decided to try again. Why? 3rd time's the charm, am I right? After spending literal hours trying to work out how to fix it, I decided that the stress was only going to cause more acne, so I headed to Officeworks to save myself the sanity. That looks good. Oh my goodness. You'll learn some crazy things while trying to start a business, like how a printer can bring you to your breaking point. Your plan A isn't always gonna work. You have got to be flexible and ready to try new things. In the end though, I ended up with a set of 3 absolutely stunning Polaroid prints. They could not have come out any more perfect and truly match my vision. It was time to move into the creation of my star product, clay pins. I started by sketching each design, then pushing them aside to pull out a fat hunk of air dry clay. This was my first time sculpting in years, and as a perfectionist, I truly had my work cut out for me. I'd like to thank Watermelon Sour Patch for helping me get through this experience. I truly could not have done it without you. I could not find an X-Acto knife for the life of me, so I ended up using a box cutter to shape the pins, and wouldn't you know, it ended up making my life so much harder. So I began to reshape each of the pins by pushing down the side, then using water to smooth it all out. I then repeated this process 5 more times. By day 2 and hour 7 of the project, I had finally finished sculpting the pins, so it was time to bring them outside for sanding. This took me 2 hours. Only 3.2 seconds for you guys to watch though. Where's Maui to be singing You're Welcome? Finally, it was time for the actual fun part, painting. Thankfully, something that's finally gonna be easy because I've got a bit of experience on my belt. But easy doesn't mean quick, and this process was the most time consuming, taking me a whopping 10 hours. Somebody send help. What am I saying right now? I don't know why I thought trying the printer again was suddenly gonna work. What's happening? Spoiler alert, it didn't. So it was time for another trip to Officeworks. These are gonna be the backing cards for my clay pins, printed on the thicker 300-pound stock paper. It took far longer than expected to cut, but was totally worth it because I take so much pride in my product's packaging. I want their unboxing to be part of the experience, not just something you forget about. And the backing card simply made the pins look complete. The final product carrying my business's launch are my scrunchies. Thankfully, my mum already had a sewing machine on hand, but I'm pretty sure she genuinely believed that if I touched the sewing machine, I was gonna stitch my hands together, so she was in charge of scrunchies. Fun fact, if you're gonna start a business, there is going to be a hell of a lot of trial and error. I mean, this is how our first scrunchie came out. I don't know where we went so wrong. That is what the finished scrunchie looks like. It's a bit fat. So we moved on to attempt number 2, hoping that this time we've got the measurements right. Yeah, no. On our third try, we finally decided to stop wasting the proper fabric and use some test fabric, and it actually came out looking like a scrunchie. It still wasn't 100%, so one micro adjustment later, we ended up with the perfect scrunchie. Only the best for you guys. And that was this week's segment of Trial and Error. Finally, we ended up creating our dream set of neutral scrunchies. Each is a different material, giving you a large variety to choose from, and they're so soft. I decided to add a little trinket tray to the stock. And here's what we got. So you're up to the part where you accumulate your packaging and supplies. This little delivery from eBay housed my butterfly clutch pin backs, which will turn those little hunks of clay we made earlier into clay pins or weapons. Here are all the supplies I'm gonna be using. 50 pink bubble mailers from Ozpack, 100 pack of clear baggies, a super cute roll of packaging thank you tape, a whopping 20 meters of twine in 3 different colors, and some floral thank you cards. Well, thank you card, floral thank you card. Finally, it came time to photograph the products, possibly the most important step in the entire process. People will be using these photos to decide whether or not they're gonna buy your product, so you have got to channel your inner businesswoman and get a shoot in. My biggest mistake during this process was not planning what I wanted the photos to look like beforehand, leaving me with literal hundreds of photos to go through and choose from. Eventually though, I did find a good few. Luckily enough, on product photo day, there was a stunning sunset, so I used it to my advantage. Here are what the photos look like after editing. As for social media, I'll be using Instagram to grow my business. While I don't have much experience on Instagram, I know there are already a ton of established businesses for me to learn from and interact with, and it's fairly easy to grow an account considering the Reels feature pulls a ton of views. I was posting 2 Reels a day for 30 days before I started my business, averaging 1,000 views per Reel. I also use YouTube to grow, considering shorts pull mad views. I already have over 5 years of experience on the platform thanks to my channel. I averaged around 2,000 views per video and grew quite a large audience waiting for my business's launch on Etsy. I chose to use Etsy because it's an already established site that's incredibly popular among small businesses. It didn't take long for me to finish setting up my storefront, setting up my final listing before opening day. I decided to come out into nature to calm myself down, but today's the day. Today's the day. We're launching my business today, guys. My heart is literally beating so fast. I just got back from school. It's 4 o'clock. There is 1 more hour until my small business is launched. When I walked in, my mum was sitting at the sewing machine, finishing off some scrunchies and surprising me with a new design. We literally decided to make black scrunchies at the very last minute. This meant a final, unexpected last-minute listing. So it was a stressful photo shoot, but I had already got the hang of Etsy, making the process so much easier. I got the listing done just in time. 2 more minutes. My heart is literally beating so fast right now. Oh my god. This moment will go down in 50. History. 59, oh my god. As we hit the final minute before launch, I couldn't help but reflect on everything we've been through. From planning, to making, to product photos. SieSie Studios has been the most ambitious project I've ever taken on, and I'm so grateful to say I've successfully started a business at 14 years old. It's 5. Open. Give the walls one last coat of paint. It's open for business! Open for business. They just did it. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. I already got 2 visits. Oh, it's going crazy. I'm shaking. I got a sale. I just went on Etsy and it said SieSie Studios, 1 sale. Oh my god, I got a sale. The donation, the thing, remember I told you I was gonna do that? We love a story with a happy ending, the kind of ending I thought this video would have. Watching this 4 months later feels so surreal because I know the ending to this story. A story that ends in disappointment. When my shop couldn't scrape together a single sale, I was at the lowest point I ever have been. I wasn't about to sit around and let it die though, so it was time for a driveway market stall. This boy right here, I don't know him. This is my customer to get people to come. Why, hello there, good sir. Would you like to check out my store?
Handmade or this?
Yes, all of this handmade. Eventually, I did get one sale. Bargained the price of a pin down to just $2. I thought I was fulfilled, so I gave up on my dream of owning a business. Basically, I was right here, asleep. My mom came up to me, woke me up, and told me that I got a $69 order. Now today's July 2nd. I launched my shop on May 5th, so by today I had completely given up all hope of that store ever working. Little did I know, this order was about to change everything. This wasn't any regular order. This order was from HOPESCOPE. Look at me packaging so blissfully unaware because she decided to put her name as Emma, not Hope. Was this packaging a bit excessive? Maybe. But for all I knew, this could be my first and last order. So I put my heart and soul into it. Guys, I'm literally crying so much right now. I'm literally at school because HOPESCOPE, literally, she was the one that placed the order.
Oh, this came from Australia. SieSie Studios. Cutest pink package and a couple scrunchies. These are gonna be perfect. Little pins. Oh my goodness, they're handmade, hand painted. So the avocado toast. A little carton of milk. Look at the egg. Are you kidding me? They even put a free thing in. Okay, and Sienna didn't know that it was me placing the order. I was sneaky about it. She just did this. It's, oh my goodness, a pancake. These are so cute.
My shop visits had shot up from just 1 a day to 72. My dream of owning a business had finally come true. If you want something, be sure to check out SieSie Studios on Etsy right now before it sells. Thanks for watching. Bye!